Test, test. The scene is set here at Newman Gymnasium for this Division III women's volleyball matchup between the Maine Presque Owls and the Husson University Eagles. Hello everyone, I'm Max Sturm and welcome to this broadcast on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. We're glad to have you join us. Today we got a pretty interesting in-conference matchup between the Maine Presque Owls and the Husson University Eagles. The Owls are coming into this game at 6-10 and the Eagles at 3-10. But as we've been saying over these last few broadcasts for volleyball, early season records are not as important as we are now into conference play. The Owls in conference are 2-2, and the Eagles are 1-2. So every game from here on out matters. The Owls sit third in the NAC East, while the Eagles sit in fourth place. So the playoff seeding can sort of be interchanged here, and this game today, these two games, as it's a doubleheader, are very important. The Owls are coming off a conference loss to Maine Maritime Academy, 3-0, and the Eagles are coming off of a conference loss to Thomas College, 3-1. And as we said, a win here today could make the difference in playoff seeding. We'll take a look at the keys to the game real quick for the Owls. They need to start strong. The Eagles' last game versus the Thomas Terriers, the Terriers kind of came out to a big start on all three of those first three sets and were able to kind of hold on to it despite the Eagles' momentum later in those sets. And so if you're the Owls, you kind of want to focus on getting an early lead as the Eagles kind of struggle to close out those sets. Court vision is also huge for the Owls as they'll find open space left by the Eagles for kills. And keeping eyes on Jana Prescorn, as she has 132 kills, leads the team for the Eagles. If you can lock her down, you can kind of get away with not as many points for the Eagles. We'll talk about the Eagles' keys to the game when we come back, but here is PA announcer Joe Swanson. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. We're about to get started here on this Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, losing track of my days here. We officially entered fall break here at Husson University. We'll go over the starters real quick. First for the Presque Isle Owls, number 0, Kylie Blazik. Number 1, Mia Gutierrez. Number 2, Alexis Engel. Number 3, Jade Anspach. Number 5, Riley Kolkow. Number 6, Faith Graham. And number 16, Evelyn Elijah. And then for the Eagles, it'll be Alana Peruti, Amanda Morse, Beatrice Tercy, Jonna Prescorn, Olivia McIntyre, Alexa Beal, Cam Schweitzer. And that'll round it up for the Eagles. And we said, I promised we'd go back to the keys of the game for the Eagles. And for the Eagles, I would say that they need to use a variety of players up front, including Prescorn, Schweitzer, and Beal, and kind of confuse the Owls' defense. Prescorn has sort of been that player that has gotten the majority of the kills, has had 132 on the season, leads the team by far. So if you can kind of spread the ball around and confuse the defense, you might have opportunities for more points. They also need to be aware defensively and not leave as much open space in the middle. That's kind of killed them this season, giving up a lot of points to open space where defenders are not present, and the opposing teams have done a good job. And getting started here will be Riley Kolkow with the serve. That one's hit over well. Morse able to get it. Tercy gets it over to the other side. McIntyre looking for Beal. Well, that's Prescorn. And that one's knocked down. Kind of hit the hand of Alexa Beal. And it'll be Presque Isle and the Owls on the board first. Kolkow's been pretty good at the service line, 10 service aces this season. And that one from Prescorn goes just a little bit too far. She was aiming for that far corner, and that's sort of how the Eagles have been approaching their kills this season. Start in one corner and aim for the other, got more space that way. Sometimes it's just hard to get that angle. That one's also over. Morse able to get it. And a good job there from Gutierrez. Prescorn lobs it over, and it's up high in the middle. That one is Blazik, able to get that dig. McIntyre looking for the set for Beal. Hits the net. Presque Isle able to recover. And a lot of setting up front, and that one flies over. Prescorn tried aiming for that close corner this time. Just goes over the line. And just like that, the Owls are up 3-0. And it's still Kolkow at the line. That one's lobbed over by Beal, but just over the line. Very hard to accurately place that one, especially on a tip drill like that. Wasn't really going for an aggressive kill, just trying to get it down on the ground. 4-0 Owls. McIntyre up front. Prescorn with an aggressive kill. Gutierrez with the stop. Gutierrez making up another play there. 2 digs on that defensive possession. And that one lobbed a little bit too far over by McIntyre. And that kill is good from Evelyn Elijah. Make that 39 on the year for her now. She has been a solid freshman player for this Owls squad. Third in blocks on the season is Elijah. And a little bit of a tough play to make there for Kolkow as she dives down. And her bump goes out of bounds on the far sideline over there. And now the Eagles will get their first opportunity to serve. And it'll be Alexa Beal. Beal able to get that one over. Gutierrez with the dig. Eagles making it a point to get Olivia McIntyre and Alexa Beal involved, and they do there as she gets the kill. 46 on the season for her, and the first one for the Eagles. Beal has also done pretty good at the line, service line as well. 16 service aces on the year. Blazik with the initial dig. And that one from Faith Graham is just going to hit the net, fall down. Now a 2-point game. Eagles started down 5-0 in this one. And that's sort of been the name of the game for the Eagles. They allow the opposing team to kind of get a head start. And later down the line, they'll go on a run. Sometimes it's a little too late. They didn't give up too many points early on as we have a service error there from Alexa Beal. Eagles kind of have had an issue closing out sets. In the fourth and final set of that game versus Thomas College Terriers, they were up by 8 points and gave it all up, and the game ended. It's a 3-1 loss for the Eagles, and that time, Presque able to knock it down. We'll get a substitution here. It'll be Michaela Gray heading off the court. Rudy stepping in. McIntyre with the serve. And again, Olivia McIntyre to Jana Presque, and that has been a combination that has been lethal for the Eagles this season. We'll take a look at the stats for the Eagles on kills. Mentioned Presque was far away in the leader. She's added 2 to this, so she's at 134 on the season. Next closest is Cam Schweitzer with 59. So that has certainly been their go-to this season. And a good block there by Peruti, stopping Gutierrez's kill attempt. And the Eagles have tied this one up in the first set. McIntyre gets that one over. Kill attempt and kill for Graham. For Presque pulling ahead now. Faith Graham, 112 kills on the season, and that leads the team. Make that 113 after that one. Presque with another good kill. Goes off the hands of an Owls defender. Flies out of bounds. The Eagles are, well, Amanda Morris has just subbed out, but usually you see Amanda Morris as that backup libero role for Beatrice Tercey. Had them both on the court there. And Presque's serve attempt will fall as an error. Now Faith Graham, the kill leader for the Owls, will take a stab at the serve here. Goes just out of bounds. Good eyes there from Jana Presque to let that one fall out of bounds. Beatrice Tercey will now make her way to the service line. 18 service aces for her. And another one right there. Make that 19 on the season for Tercey, the libero and senior out of Stafford, New Hampshire. Another successful serve from Tercey. Presque able to get the dig there, save the play. That one's up for Schweitzer. And hit over and out of bounds by Graham again. Eagles will see their first 2-point lead of the game. And Gutierrez kind of knocks that one up in the air. No one in the area to make a play on it. Will fall down. And we have seen a lot of errors from this Owl squad this season. 289 of them to be exact. That one flies over, and a good play there made by Engel. And another kill attempt will fall out of bounds. Eagles starting to get a little bit of momentum here, and we'll get a timeout taken by the Owls. And we'll take one too. Don't go anywhere. Stay on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. A quick timeout there from the Owls. And you could see Alexis Engel kind of taking charge there, trying to motivate her team. They've had a lot of errors in this first set. We talked about their total errors, 289 of them on the season. 142 of those are reception errors. We saw a few of those on that before the timeout. And a great job there from Alexa Beal. Put it down, bounced off 3 defenders, and eventually hits the floor. And it's still Beatrice Tercey at the line, the service line for the Eagles. Has done well so far. She's an all-around great player, can play any position on the court that time. It'll fly out of bounds. And the Owls will finally get another service attempt here. We'll see who will be the one to take it. Gutierrez with 36 service aces on the season, placing her second. Make that another one right there. 37. Again, second on the team in that statistic. Tercey able to dig that one up. Beal with a lob over, and a great play by Blazik. Beal another one, and that time it falls. And Beal has sort of made that her signature play, just lobbing it over to defenders, finding that open space. Good court vision there. Able to see where the space on the floor is. It's 14-0 Eagles here in this first set. Eagles have often trailed in the first few sets and had to attempt a comeback. They certainly want to get off to a hot start here. That one's lobbed up for Inspatch, and it hits the net. Eagles get another point. And the Eagles' defense has been really good this season. So we take a look at the blocking numbers. Only 10 solo blocks on the year, but Peruti able to have 25 total. There's Daniels, the freshman, with the kill attempt. A good dig there by Gutierrez. And Tercey not able to lay out for that one, as Engel is able to kill that ball. Owls will try and climb back into this one. It'll be Jade Anspach at the line. 15 service aces for her. The Owls all around a pretty good service team. She'll get another one. To my point, Owls have been pretty good from the service line this season. Not a lot of players that they don't rely on to serve. They feel pretty comfortable with all of their personnel. Tercey able to dig that one up this time. McIntyre sets it for Presque, and she'll just hit it over. A little too far behind that spike line. And that one will fly out of bounds for Beal, set up by McIntyre. And while they have done a great job, the Eagles have, at setting up the ball and getting kills this season, They've got a very good front line. They've also had issues placing the ball. Flies out of bounds quite a bit, and I feel like that's where a lot of opponents' points come from for the Eagles. Amanda Morse will step back in to the lineup. She'll go to the service line. And that one will just hit the front of the net. Very close to going over, but nonetheless will fall. And that brings the Owls back within 2 points. Very back and forth game here so far between these two conference opponents. So we mentioned these games are oh so important, with the Owls sitting at the 3rd spot in the NAC East and the Eagles sitting at 4th. Eagles with a 1-2 conference record. The Owls with a 2-2. Owls have played more in-conference games, but that'll change as the Eagles head into the thick of conference play. It'll be Beal back at the line, and that one just barely goes over, bounces off the top of the net. Luck of the draw for the Eagles there, and Alexa Beal with another service ace. Beal sends that one over. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Owls. Nonetheless, it goes over, and Faith Graham again knocks it over the back line. Just trying to get something to fall. She saw the open space in the back, but just wasn't able to pinpoint a spot for the ball to drop. And Faith Graham will step out, take a quick break. It'll still be Alexa Beal at the line for the Eagles. That one's over the net. Blazik there. Kolkow gets it to Engel, which goes over. McIntyre sets up Peruti, and a great block there. Combination of Evelyn Elijah and Alexis Engel at the front line. And that double team up front can make a huge difference for both of these teams. Beatrice Tercy with a great dig and a great kill there, and a fantastic save by Alexis Engel. Hard to keep track of that one. Prescorn looks like she had a sure point. Blazik was able to hit it up, and Engel saved it. Unable to register that 3rd hit up front, though. And the Eagles will get possession back at the service line. This time, Olivia McIntyre. And that one flies over. Good eyes from Alexis Engel and Kylie Blazik. Evelyn Elijah seeing her first service reps. That one flies over, dug up by Tercy. McIntyre for Peruti, and that one goes over off the hands of Anspach. Falls down to the floor, no one up front to help. 21-16 Eagles here. Eagles need just 4 points to close out this first set. Prescorn with a great serve. And Anspach will add to the Owls' totals there with a kill in the far corner. Again, Eagles, you're always going to have some open space. Eagles sometimes leave it in the middle. This time they don't leave the far They leave the far corner open, and Anspach does a great job seeing that and placing the ball there. McIntyre for Daniels. Dug up. And Gutierrez with a close sideline kill as Prescorn tried to save that one. It went off her hands and out of bounds. Seabrass there. McIntyre with a good save. Here's Schweitzer. Engel able to dig that one up. And over, but Tercy able to make the play. Schweitzer's kill is unsuccessful. And that play there from Engel. Strong kill off an Eagles defender. And they're climbing their way back into this set. Now just a 2-point game. Seabrass again from the line. That one flies over. Presque able to dig it up. McIntyre sets Daniels. Gutierrez able to easily take that one. Daniels again. Great save there from Mingle. Gutierrez blocked at the line. Seabrass. And now Schweitzer over the middle. Great defense here from both teams. Owls do a good job on that set. McIntyre sets Schweitzer again. Dug up by Blazik. Gutierrez able to just tap it over. Peruti and Schweitzer. A little bit of open space there in the middle. Now just a 1-point set. Seabrass able to get that one over. Dug up by Tercy. McIntyre sets for Prescorn over the middle. Played well by Blazik. Gutierrez off the net. Played well by McIntyre. Schweitzer. A little bit of back and forth there. That one from Seabrass goes out of bounds. Eagles will take serving possession back. It'll be Beatrice Tercy back at the line. Had a great first round of serves. Her first go around. Looking to close this one out. Take a 1-0 lead in the set. Engel able to take that one. Aspech with a good attempt there. Tercy just knocks it over. Kolkow to Seabrass. And just over the net in good position for Anspach. No one in that front left corner for the Eagles. It'll fall down back to a 1-point set. And Mia Gutierrez will head to the service line. And just out of bounds on the kill attempt, the lob from Beal. It's now a tied set. We've talked about the Eagles' struggles to close out sets. You're seeing it again here once a 5-point lead. And Tercy smartly gets out of the way of that one. The Eagles with a very talented front line consisting of McIntyre, Beal, Schweitzer, the freshman Daniels, and of course, Prescorn, who kind of plays all over the place. That one's set up for Anspach and might have just barely hit inside the line. This set coming down to the wire, remember, needs to be a 2-point win to close out a set. Here's Anspach. Dug up by Prescorn and set for Beal. And might have touched the net are the Owls. Eagles just 1 point from closing this one out. Amanda Morris will check in for Kimberly Daniels. And we'll get the service attempt. Michaela Gray also entered the game on that last possession and was serving. Morse able to get it over and Blazik able to dig it up. Morse with a good save there. Prescorn will look to end it, and she does. The Eagles will take a 1-set lead off of a Prescorn kill. A very solid showing in that first set for the Eagles. The Owls were able to keep up but not able to make it all the way back. And we will go ahead and take a break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Second half or second set action coming up here at Newman Gymnasium between the Maine Presque Owls and the Husson University Eagles. Take a look at some stats here from that first set. Jenna Prescorn for the Eagles had 6 kills alone in that first set. 5 digs as well, both leading the team. Alexa Beal had 3 kills, and for the Owls, they had 7 errors to the Eagles' 6. Pretty close margin there in that statistic for both teams. Probably why you saw the set come down to the wire. Eagles started off with a lot of momentum and kind of allowed the Owls to get back into it at the end. 5 service errors for the Eagles in that first set to the Owls' 4. Pretty neck-and-neck game so far. Remember, it's a doubleheader. These teams will play twice today. There'll be Amanda Morse at the line for the Eagles to start things off in the second set. Kolkow gets it to Anspach. And a great kill there from Prescorn, was blocked at the line but went out of bounds. Sometimes if you just put enough power under it, it'll fly out of control, out of bounds, especially on the sides of the court there where there's not really a lot of room to operate as a blocker. And a little malfunction with the net here. Coach Alex Gordon will get that one fixed up. Alex Gordon has done such a great job recruiting for this team. Of course, we discussed it in the last broadcast versus the Terriers. Eagles have a lot of seniors who will be leaving after this season, as Kolkow makes a great play there. But they've done a good job developing freshmen. Balzic with a great save on the other side. McIntyre just lobs it over, a smart play, but they'll call it a carry. And the Owls will put a point on the board. 2-1 Eagles. Should be. Still haven't put it up on the board. Now they fixed it 1-1. Now 2-1 for the Owls. Back to my point, though, Alex Gordon has done a great job bringing in a lot of underclassmen to build this team over the next few years. We've seen Kimberly Daniels as well as Amanda Morse, who have both had plenty of playing time over the last few games and have shown that they're a valuable asset to this team. Eagles able to get a point there to tie this one at 2 early on. Saw in the last set the Eagles allowed the Owls to pull ahead at the very beginning there and made their way back. Morse with a good dig. McIntyre sets it up for Gray, and that one off the hands of Engel. And Gutierrez tries to go for an emphatic kill, but it'll just hit the net. Alexa Beal will head to the line. Alexa Beal, one of those seniors that'll be leaving after this season, has made her impact on this team. Blocked at the line by Peruti. Set back up for Prescorn, and that one hits the ground. Once again, who else? McIntyre and Prescorn setting up the kill. Prescorn just has so much power behind her arm on those kills, but also able to be smart about it and find the open space. She does that time in the midsection of the court on the far side. Here's Beal, good dig attempt by Balzic, but no one there to help her out. Balzic has 157 kills on the season, or digs on the season, and that leads the team. Playing that libero role. You've always got to be ready, especially in that middle portion of the court. So Alexa Beal's service hits the net. There'll be a service error. Possession will be turned over. Be Jade Anspach taking it over at the line. She has 15 service aces on the year. Tercy able to hit it up. Schweitzer gets it back to Morse. Presque rather gets it back to Morse. That one blocked at the line by Peruti. Tercy sets up Presque. And that'll be Engel who tries to make the play, and it falls just a little too close to the net. No one able to follow it up. Substitution here now. Schweitzer will make her way back into the game for Michaela Gray. Michaela Gray, another one of those freshmen that Alex Gordon has brought in, has made an impact. Olivia McIntyre's serve goes over. And that one, Brooklyn Seabrass for her 4th kill of the season. Now she'll head back to the service line. That one over, knocked up by Tercy, and a service ace, her first of the season for Seabrass. Off the hands of Beatrice Tercy, going in for the dig. Just misplaced it. Again, hand-eye coordination so hard in this game. Got to be almost perfect in every aspect, as that one's just knocked down by Schweitzer at the front line. 6-6 game here in this second set. Seabrass with the serve. Tercy able to dig it up. McIntyre sets it up for Peruti, and a little bit of miscommunication there between Peruti and McIntyre. Both went in for the hit after it was knocked down at the line by Faith Graham. Faith Graham, the tallest player on this Owl squad, standing at 6'2". No wonder why she's at the front line. Went for the block there, but touched the net. It would be Eagles possession. Jenna Presque will make her way back to the service line. That one's over and dug up by Seabrass. Kolkow gets it over the net. Schweitzer blocked well by Peruti there. And McIntyre will set up Peruti once again. That one blocked by Graham, and it's out of bounds. Ball was tipped on the Owl side there. I was expecting a deep service here. They'll line up deep, but that one doesn't even make it over the net for Presque. Mia Gutierrez back at the line. And a great serve there. Finds just enough space between Presque and the sideline there. She's got a few service aces on the day. That one falls just short off the top of the net. And Tercy will make her way back to the service line. First 2 outings went pretty well for her. 1 or 2 service aces on those sets. That one dug up by Engel. And Faith Graham almost with an emphatic kill, not able to close it out. She'll go for it again. And that one's close, but they'll give it to the Eagles just outside that sideline there. That one's over the net for Tercy. Blazek does a good job digging that one up. Gutierrez is able to get it up, but dug up by McIntyre. Schweitzer over the middle, somehow dug up by Gutierrez. And this play's still going, set up for Daniels now. And that one's close, but it'll go out of bounds. Mia Gutierrez with a diving dig attempt there to save the play, and ultimately the Owls come up with a point out of it. Blazek back at the line. Dug up by Tercy and set by McIntyre for Beal, but blocked by Alexis Engel. Another close set here. 11-11. Michaela Gray makes her way back into the game for the serve. A good one there. Gutierrez able to dig that one up, and the kill attempt goes out of bounds. That last serve from Michaela Gray goes way, just barely over the net. Gutierrez was able to dig it up. Nonetheless, the Eagles come away with the point. And a little bit tough to judge that one there from Blazik. Sometimes when it's right between the upper body and the face, it's hard to know whether you're supposed to set that or bump it. She went for the bump and it just falls down right in front of her. Kayla Gray with a service ace. A lot of reception errors here for the Owls, and they'll take a timeout because of it. And we'll also take one here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. 14-10, Eagles lead here in this second set. Michaela Gray on a good run of serves here. Has done well. Just finished with a service ace before the timeout by the Owls. That one gets over, dug up by Gutierrez. Set up for Engel. McIntyre sets it for Daniels. Lobs it over, but dug up well by Seabrass. Engel over the net. Presque unable to get that one. Beal will try and get into that open space with Seabrass there once again. She'll go for the kill. And a misplay there from Daniels and Prescorn. Beatrice Tercey kind of looking to see where that ball was going, unable to make a play on it as it flew out of bounds. This is Riley Colcow now. McIntyre sets it up for Daniels, and just a lob over the net, and it's successful. Able to get it over that first defender. A diving dig attempt there to try and save the ball, but it just falls back into the net, and Daniels will check out. Amanda Morse will check back in, and she'll head to the service line. 6 service aces for her on the year. And Blazik hit that one in an awkward way, and Engel tried to make a play on it. Blazik that time able to get it up. And that one spiked over by Anspach, dug up by Morse. Prescorn with the attempt, and that one falls out of bounds. Just too far. She's done a very good job placing her serves today. But sometimes it's just really hard to get it exactly where you want it to be. Engel with the serve, and a great diving dig from McIntyre, able to save that possession. That time Tercey goes for the save, not able to make it, flies out of bounds. She is a little bit shaken up, but she'll stay in the game. McIntyre sets it up. Tercy will just have to hit it over. Blazek with another diving dig attempt. McIntyre sets it up for Presque, who will just lob it over. Blazek has been all over the court. Engel sends that one a little bit too far. And I guess that's your job as libero, right? Is moving all over the court, being in every place at once. She certainly has done a good job at that, trying to keep her team in this one as they're down 4 right now. That one's set up for Gutierrez. My goodness, able to just slip that one in between Peruti and the net, and it falls straight down. No chance at making a play for the Eagles on that one. Gutierrez second in kills on the team with 59 coming into this game. Presque, my goodness, what a kill right there from Presque. A lot of open space in the middle of that court. She saw it and just threw it down. A 4-point lead now for the Eagles. McIntyre able to get that one over. Engel able to dig it up. Good defensive play there. Peruti and Presque. Again, Peruti and Presque with the block. Blazek somehow able to get that one over, but that's 3 hits. Eagles will take that one. Good defense on both sides of the court. Eagles and Owls fighting for that point. Ultimately, the Eagles will come away with it. And McIntyre will get another chance at the line. She's done well on her serves today. 22 service aces on the year coming into this game, and she'll get another one right there. Off the arms of Alexis Engel in the middle of that court. And another timeout taken by the Owls. We'll take a quick one too. Don't go anywhere. This is the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. We're closing out this second set here as the Eagles have a 20-14 lead over the Maine Presque Owls. Eagles just 5 points from closing this one out and taking a 2-0 lead. What did the Owls talk about to try and get themselves back into this set? My goodness, what a serve there. Just barely hits the line. Eagles now with 21. Here the Owls, it's desperation mode. The momentum of being up 2-0, sometimes a lot for these teams. Engel able to dig that one up. And that one's Faith Graham able to get that one over the net. Try and claw her team's way back into this one. Brooklyn Seabrass back at the line. Seen a lot more action out of her today. Has only appeared in 2 games prior in this season prior to today. And a service ace from her there as that one's off the hands of Jenna Presque. Kind of just goes straight, no air under it, falls to the ground. That one's over the net. Tercy back in the game, and we will dig that one up here. Schweitzer, and she'll get the point. off the block attempt from Faith Graham. Oftentimes really hard to get it past someone who's 6'2", but that time just enough precision. Schweitzer was able to get that one to hit the ground. Blazik with the dig. Set up for Faith Graham, and that one goes out of bounds. Or they'll actually say it was a tip. So the Owls will stay in this one. Gutierrez over the net, but not able to get it inside the court. Alexa Beal comes in for Alana Peruti. Maybe looking to stack that line up front. Kimberly Daniels is also in the game. Set up for Graham, and that time it falls. Able to get it in between a few defenders. No one directly at the line to try and block that one. Blazik back at the line again. Tercy able to read that one well. And see what the call is. Double touch, it looks like, on the Eagles. Tercy digs it up. McIntyre sets Prescorn, and that one's gonna go over the line. It looked close, but our officials down on the floor are able to see that one. Pick it out, and now the Owls back within 3 here. Eagles just looking to get out of this set. McIntyre sets up Schweitzer, and that time they'll convert on the dig off the hands of Brooklyn Seabrass. That's Cam Schweitzer, who in her own right has done well killing the ball. Coming into this game, 59 on the season. Of course, Prescorn leading the charge with 130 coming into the season or into the game. Already has plenty, had 6 in that first set. Eagles 1 point out of closing this one. That's actually the end of the set, missed one there. Eagles up 2-0 in this first game of this doubleheader against the Maine Presque Eagles, or Owls. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. The Eagles looking to close this game out, the first game of the doubleheader, as they're up 2-0. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Third set action coming up here. And the Eagles so far have been dominant. The Owls have found their way back into those last two sets, getting a little bit of momentum at the end, able to find some points, but ultimately the Eagles able to close out something that they have had some trouble with early on in the season. Eagles getting their personnel ready. Maybe a little bit of discussion with the stats people, but also with the Owls. Owls ultimately making this decision to have Blazik back in the game, as they should. She has been incredible out there as a libero, making a few impressive digs to save points throughout this game. And it'll be the Owls serving, this time Alexis Engel. Engel, the leader in service aces, came into this game with 36. That one's over. McIntyre just has to lob it up, and Beal able to tip it over. Faith Graham. It bounces over the head of Amanda Morse. Just a little bit too tall for her to make a play on that back line. Engel gets it over again. Morse digs it up. McIntyre to Presque, and that one lands in the corner. That one will be a point for the Eagles. Perfect precision there from Presque. And a lot of the times we talk about Presque and her ability to just kill the ball, essentially. It's a call to kill on the stat sheet, but literally kill the ball with how strong her arm is and how fast the ball comes down. But you also got to give credit to Olivia McIntyre, who does such a great job setting her up. Talked about in the last broadcast how McIntyre has really been able to master the art of deception on these sets, whether it's setting it up in front of her or behind her. She's able to trick the defense into thinking the kill is going to come from one way when in fact it's going to come the other, and opens up a lot of space. And that one just flies over the net. I think Tercy just hit it, and by some string of luck it was able to hit that far sideline. Similar to the last set, we're tied at 2. McIntyre from the line now will make her way back up. Won't need to play it though, as it's a service ace off of the dig attempt from Gutierrez, who has also had herself quite the game. McIntyre able to get that one up. Blazik digs it. Engel sets up Seabrass. And off the tip from Faith Graham. A weird bounce up front there, but Graham able to put it down and get the serve back in the hands of the Owls. Evelyn Elijah there, able to set that one up. Peruti with a strong kill. Alexis Engel not able to play it. Peruti's sort of known for her defense on this Eagles squad, but from time to time she'll come up with a impressive kill and get points on the board for the Eagles. That one's off of Gutierrez into the net. Engel unable to make a play. That's such a tough play to make when the ball is just rolling down the net. You are able to play it. However, it's whether you can get your hands under it at that point when it's rolling down and get a good enough hit to get it out to a teammate. That serve from Presque is going to fly over. Faith Graham will take it back to the line. She had a service ace earlier in this one, known mostly for her work up front and her height. Here's Presque, and that one lands inside the box. More precision kills from Presque. She is just pouring it on in this game, and really through conference play has done an incredible job getting the Eagles points. Tercey's serve goes off of Seabrass, and that's another service ace, her third of this game. Tercey having a heck of a game from the service line, but also in the midcourt making some good digs. A little bit of an announcer's jinx there, as that one's a error, hits the front of the net. Now Seabrass back at the line. She's done well. No jinx that time. It goes over. Here's Schweitzer over the middle. And Engel made a tough grab there. Presque knocks it up into the net. Able to roll over. No one close to the net as she kept distance. They were looking for that kill to go a little bit further back. No one up to defend it. Kayla Gray checks in for Cam Schweitzer and heads to the service line. Dug up by Seabrass. Engel gets it to Anspach. Dug up by Prescorn. Gray has a kill attempt. That one's blocked or dug up. Kimberly Daniels over the far side. And that one, little behind the back attempt to get it over the net by Gutierrez. Had to get it over, did not. 9-5 Eagles early on in this third set. Again, Eagles up 2-0, so the Owls have to play this one smart if they want to stay in this one. They'll get a point off the service error there. And Spatch at the line. Dug up by Tercey. McIntyre sets Daniels, and she's able to put it down on the ground in between Seabrass and Faith Graham. Sometimes when the ball is coming in at such a velocity in between two players, they don't really know who's supposed to go for it. So either neither one of them will go for it, or they'll both go for it. And in both scenarios, usually that ends up being a point. Morse with the service ace. The freshman getting it done at the line. That's her second or third service ace of the day. And Coach Alex Gordon excited to see this production out of his freshman squad. Gutierrez blocked at the line. Alexa Beal stands tall at the net. Puts the Eagles up 12-6. Morse again from the line. Gets it over. This one is sent over by Elijah. McIntyre sets Prescorn, and that one's killed into the ground. Far back corner. Faith Graham unable to make a play on it. And another timeout from the Owls. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere. This is the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. It was Brooklyn Seabrass And Alexis Engel on that Owls sideline in that timeout, being vocal with the team, putting the pressure on, trying to motivate that Owls squad as they're down 7 in this one on a deciding set for the Eagles. And more miscommunication and errors there as Blazik sent it up into the net. Engel tried to make a play on it, but at that point it was too late. Amanda Moore still at the service line, has gone on a run here and will continue to. Another service ace. Morse just lethal from the line today. Eagles have done well from the service line with quite a few players, including Morse and Tercey. Beal had a good stretch earlier too. This one's set up for Gutierrez. Dug up by Beal off the deflection. Presque able to send it up and over. No one will get there. Presque, as always, having herself a heck of a game up front. (16-6) the score now. 10-point lead for the Eagles as Morse, her service comes to an end there. Alex Gordon, coach of the Eagles, joking with her on the sideline. Also congratulating her probably on her run right there. Tercey digs that one up. McIntyre able to bump it in the air for Presque. Weird bounce off the net. Not touched by an Owls player though, and it goes out of bounds. Almost looked like that one was killed directly into the top of the net and it bounced. Presque has to make a save there, and Gray just hits it over. Good defense and saves there from the Eagles. Tercey sets it up for McIntyre. Blocked quickly at the net. Gray goes for the kill. It's off of Blazik and hits the banners on the back wall. Eagles on a roll right now. Last two sets, the Owls were kind of able to dig their way back into them. Eagles not wanting that to happen this time. Beal with the serve. Blazik able to somehow make a save. And that's, see what the call is. Believe it's just going to be 3 hits. Yeah, one too many hits there. Good effort there from Faith Graham, trying to make the play. Beal hits it over the net. Blazik sets it. And a diving dig there from Beal. And the point will go to the Owls. A few calls here in these last few possessions. Gutierrez back to the line. Came in tied for service aces, along with Alexis Engel. Cleaning up the court are the Eagles, making sure there's no slippery spots on their side. Here's Gutierrez, able to get that one over the net, dug up by Morse. McIntyre able to get it to Tercey. Tercey just hits it over. Blazik to Engel, and finally to Seabrass, but goes over the line. They've had opportunity at the front line to get some points. Eagles just doing a good job covering all spots of the floor and forcing that long kill attempt to the far side. Really hard to dial that one in. McIntyre at the line gets that one over, dug up by Gutierrez. Elijah is dug up by May Morse, and they're going to call that one a carry. Or a double hit, maybe. Sometimes so hard to tell what the call is, but the officials up close able to see that. And Elijah with a service ace. May Morse came diving in, unable to make that one. She was able to get in that serve into that open space between Schweitzer and Morse. 13 service aces coming into this game for Elijah. Has 2 in this one. Presque blocked, but nonetheless it falls down. A good effort from Seabrass and Anspach there. But it falls down, and the Eagles now 5 points away from closing out the first game of this doubleheader. They have a 9-point lead. Presque at the line to serve. Dug up by Gutierrez. Engel able to get it up to Seabrass. Daniels makes the easy play. Presque will dig it into the ground and get the point there. Far back line kill for Presque. And it seems like she's kind of just able to get that to fall anywhere on the court. Smartly finds that open space at the back. So it'll be Regan Libby making an appearance here in this one. Her serve's over the line. Engel sets up Graham. Tercey digs it up. McIntyre set for Schweitzer, blocked. Peruti. And then finally Daniels just tips it over. Engel to Gutierrez. And that one back over the net. Great play by Peruti. Engel. McIntyre to Schweitzer. Gutierrez able to dig that one up. Engel to Graham. Libby able to dig that one up, and then she'll go for the hit over, but it hits the front of the net. Libby seeing her first minutes in this one. 0 kills on the season for the sophomore. Had a few good digs there. 21-12 as Riley Colcow is at the line. Dug up by Daniels. Finally, kill attempt from Presque, and that time it just hits the net. Tercey digs it up. McIntyre to Peruti. We talked about Peruti coming in not so often for those kills, but that time got some air under that one and gets it to the back line, and she'll sub out. Tercey back to the line, looking to close this one out, just 3 points out from doing so. Seabrass is going to go for the kill here, and that one lands inside the line. A spark of hope here for the Owls, as Seabrass, who has only appeared in 2 games this year, having a great game here today versus a conference opponent. That time her serve goes out of bounds. Michaela Gray will come in for Schweitzer. And now she'll look to close it out for the Eagles. Just 2 points away from doing so now. And Seabrass unable to get under that one. Great placement there from Gray. Looking to finish off the game here. Engel gets it up to Gutierrez, and the game's still alive for the Owls. Gutierrez with a great kill there. Able to bounce it off a few defenders for the Eagles. Jade Anspach at the line, looking to give this team a spark. McIntyre sets it up for Daniels. That one blocked. McIntyre again, this time for Beal, and blocked again at the line by Alexis Engel. Now just an 8-point game, but the Owls cannot allow 1 point here. Tercey able to dig it up, but out of bounds. A little bit of a run here for the Owls with Anspach at the line. Here's the serve. Tercey digs it up. McIntyre with the set for Presque. She'll just hit it over. Engel for Elijah. Daniels with a kill and a great dig there by Engel, or Anspach. Engel that time with the kill attempt. And Gray gets it over, but dug up well by the Owls. Gutierrez sends it over. And that's the first game, a 3-0 win for the Eagles to start this doubleheader. 25-17, the score of that last set. The Owls made a run there at the end, but the Eagles able to close it out. We will be back momentarily for the start of the second match of today's doubleheader. Don't go anywhere. You're on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Maine Presque Owls and the Husson University Eagles is about to be underway. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. We'll start by going over a little bit of the stats from this last game just over 30 minutes ago. The Husson University Eagles finished that game with 32 kills, and Prescorn came away with 18 of those. Just shows how important she is to that offensive attack on that front line. Although she does play a little bit back too, has got some digs in there as well. The Owls come away with 22 kills, and Faith Graham was the leader for that with 8. As far as service aces go, Michaela Gray, Amanda Morris, and Beatrice Tercey all finishing with 3 or 4. And for the Owls, Gutierrez, Aspech, and Seabrass finished with 2. Also in that last game, Olivia McIntyre had 28 assists, which broke the all-time assists record for the Eagles. She's now solely at the top of that list for this Husson University Eagles squad, so a huge congratulations to her. She has been one heck of a player here for this Eagles squad. We are about to be underway just moments from now. And if you're the Owls, you lost that last game 3-0. You're certainly looking to get off to a better start. They started that first set of the last game going up 5-0 before allowing the Eagles to claw their way back into it and ultimately take that set and the ones after it. They did show a lot of bright side, though, in those second 2 sets. We will send it down to PA announcer Joe Swanson. Don't go anywhere on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Game 2 of this doubleheader about to start now. Starting lineups have been announced. A few changes for the Eagles. We'll see Michaela Gray get the start in this one, as well as Julia Levitt. We didn't really see much of in that last game. Levitt, the senior from Alton, New Hampshire, coming off of a season-ending injury last year, shoulder injury. In the 2022 and 2023 season, she led the Eagles in kills with 289, which finished second in the NAC, as well as tallying on 50 service aces, 197 digs, 18 blocks. She has surely been an impactful player for this squad over her tenure here, and she's looking to sort of get back into it in her last season here with the Eagles. Owls will retain essentially the same personnel as their last game to start. And they will start by serving in this one. Eagles did last time with Alexa Beal. This time the Owls with Alexis Engel. Engel, one of the 2 leaders in service aces coming into this doubleheader. And we are underway for the second game of that doubleheader. Here's McIntyre, gets it to Levitt. Levitt over the middle, and there's the kill from Levitt. Back like she never left. Puts one down for the Eagles. It gives them the lead here. Early substitution for the Eagles. Number 6, Reagan Libby coming in for Alexa Beal. And we'll see her at the service line for the first time in these 2 games. 1 service ace on the year. And almost gets another one there, but it flies over the back line. Tie game 1-1. And just like that, Beal will come back in for Libby. And actually, she'll be the one heading off. Not sure where the switch was there. Here's Levitt over the middle again, and another kill for Levitt. Scoring the first 2 points of this game for the Eagles. Didn't really see her play a lot in the last game, making her impact felt early here in this one. Olivia McIntyre at the service line. Number 14, Maddie Shepard steps in for the Eagles as well. Eagles using all of their personnel early on in this one. Blazik eventually gets it to Anspich. That one flies over the back line. 3-1 Eagles. Again, one of the Eagles' big struggles was giving up points early. Too many points early on. And even making a comeback would be hard with the amount of points that they had given up. Beatrice Tercey gets it up to Levitt. This time it's blocked by Gutierrez. And that one falls down on the Owls side of the net. The Eagles will get the point for that one. We saw Gutierrez and Balzic in that last game putting in maximum effort. A lot of diving digs to save some points. That one's up in the air. Blazik gets it up. Gutierrez goes for the kill. Not enough of an angle on that one to get over the net. Hits their side. Eagles are on a roll right now, and an early timeout taken by the Owls. We'll also take a quick one here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Back in action on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back on Max Sturm. Owls taking a timeout there as they have fallen 5-1 early on here. Some errors and just some good plays from the Eagles, the cause of that deficit for the Owls. This one sent up to Graham. Morse able to dig on it. McIntyre up to Levitt, bounces it over, and falls off a tip to the back line. Levitt already with 3 kills in this one. McIntyre has been at the line for quite some time now. This one's over again. Gutierrez gets it up. Anspach unable to make that one fall as Tercey's there. Morse gets it back over. Kolkow. Gutierrez now. Dug by Amanda Morse. Here's McIntyre. And that one's Maddie Shepard getting her first points on the board. came into this game with only 5 kills on the season. And one of the players for the Owls a little bit shaken up. That's Faith Graham, that front line person for the Owls. One of their best players. We're going to take a timeout here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. A scary sight seeing Faith Graham on the ground like that. Was helped off by Husson trainers and some teammates. We surely hope the best for her. It'll be Brooklyn Seabrass taking her spot up front. Seabrass goes for the dig. Morse able to just set it up. And Maddie Shepard almost had one there. Saved by Engel. And eventually it'll go out of bounds on the kill attempt. Eagles up 8-1. And losing Faith Graham is going to hurt this Owls both attack and defense, as she's really the one who's up there on that front line doing that work. And Sprach unable to make that one fall. Kind of been the story of this game so far. They set up some good plays and they just don't fall in the right spot for the Owls. McIntyre still at the line, has been since about 5-1, and will continue to stay. See how the Owls adjust, both due to the score, but also new personnel up front. That one's over and dug up by Engel well. Colcow sets it up. They're able to get it over the net. McIntyre to Shepard. Blazik for Gutierrez. Blocked at the line by, it's a combination of Alana Peruti and number 16, Julia Levitt. There's going to be another timeout here from the Owls. We'll go ahead and keep it right here, considering the last 2 timeouts weren't too long ago. Owls have struggled early on in this game, and certainly a little bit of that comes from losing Faith Graham, but a lot of just errors and mental mistakes on their side of the court. The Eagles, on the other hand, getting it going early. Haven't seen much of Prescorn, who had herself one heck of a game in the last one earlier on in this doubleheader. But the Eagles look like they're trying out some new personnel. Michaela Gray's been in there. We saw a little bit of her last game, getting some more time in this one. But also number 16, Julia Levitt, the senior, scored the first 2 points for the Eagles. Has 3 total kills in this one so far. We still see the likes of Beatrice Terzi and Amanda Morse out there. Tercey, obviously the seasoned veteran libero for this Eagles squad. Through her time at Husson, has had quite the career coming into this game. Only 13 kills, but she doesn't play up front. She's mostly known for her digs. 124 of them coming into this game. Here's McIntyre, still at the line. That one just barely rolls over the net. Anspach unable to follow and track that one up front. McIntyre with her best service of the day. Going on almost 10 straight points now. Tercey able to dig that one up. McIntyre sets it for Shepard, but goes too far out of bounds. Had some room on the back line, just not enough of an angle there to put it down. So now the Owls finally get a point back on the board. Olivia McIntyre's service comes to an end. And this one's Seabrass over the middle, dug up by Tercey. McIntyre short set for Peruti. Peruti sends it a little too far over again. Saw Peruti with a few kills in that first game. Again, known mostly for her defense, being stout at the line. It's done well here. And that one, and again, almost inside the lines for Peruti, but it doesn't fall. Seabrass came into this game with 0 service aces and gets another one right there to add on to her 2 from the last game. Seabrass seeing a lot more time in that last game due to some other injuries to this squad, but also now going to see a lot more now that Faith is out. Faith Graham is out. And now the Owls starting to make a push back on offense, putting up some points. Once a 12-2 game, now 12-6 in this opening set. Here's the serve from Seabrass. Makes it over, dug up by Amanda Morse. McIntyre tries to get it to Levitt. She's just got to hit it over. Levitt to McIntyre and eventually to Morse. Once again, just putting it over, playing the safe game here. Seabrass over. Amanda Morse unable to make the play. Great placement there from Seabrass. Now Seabrass going on a little bit of a service run of her own. And once again, an announcer's jinx as that one flies far over the back line. Julia Levitt now will take the service from the back stripe. Travis enters the game for the Eagles. Rona Travis, she'll play on that front line. Travis, the freshman out of Calais, Maine. So far on this season, no kills, has played in 10 matches, has 4 assists, and 6 service aces, but no kills up on that front line, and an incredible serve there from Levitt. Play was not possible to be made on that one, as by the time defenders closed in on it, it was already on the ground. Good effort regardless, though. Levitt, this time, will smack the front net. Service aces have been pretty common in this game for the Eagles. We talked about what they had in this one. Michaela Gray and Morse with 4 in that last game. Beatrice Tercey with 3. Hasn't always been the case for the Eagles. Earlier on in the season, for some other teams, including Thomas, we saw a lot of service errors, just unable to get that over. And the errors have really been what have hurt the Eagles this season. Their team is a lot better than their record shows, but unable to work out some of those errors until today. But there is a service error there from Tercey. 16-9, the score is closing in now. 7-point game. Here's Anspach. That one's just tossed over. Tercey, good eyes, makes that dig there. Gutierrez, and up for Evelyn. Elijah, unable to make that one fall. Comes back over the net off a good block. Alexa Beal re-entering the game. Quite uncommon that we see a lineup out there without Presque or Schweitzer, but the Eagles testing out some newer personnel. There's Engel, blocked up by Beal. A tough play to make there. Beal tried to reach her hand over, couldn't really get to it. But ended up snagging the net on that one. Riley Colcal now at the line. She's been incredible in her own right. 171 assists on the season from her. As Blazik makes a good save. Engel gets it over. McIntyre to Travis, and there's a kill from Travis. Her first on the season. And her first collegiate kill. And just like that, she'll be subbed out for Amanda Morse. Coach Alex Gordon always so happy when these younger players make plays. Super supportive as his team, as a coach should, but seems like a lot of the time he goes above and beyond to make sure that he knows these players are appreciated. Morse's serve goes over the back line. We haven't really seen much of a volley now in these last few possessions, kind of just going back and forth, has remained a 7-point game. Engel able to get that one over, and we'll have one here. Gray hits the top of the net. Good job by Colcal to get that one good. And that one's set up backwards by McIntyre to Alexa Beal, who's able to pin it inside of the court on the back line. Reagan Libby will check in here, as well as Alana Peruti for Alexa Beal and Beatrice Tercey. Libby will be back at the service line. She gets that one over. Blazik, Colcal, and eventually to Seabrass. A great tip over the line. Libby and Peruti were both right there, and Seabrass was able to just, almost like a layup, get it up over their arms into the open space directly behind them. Seabrass filling in well for some other players here. And an easy kill there for Peruti. A lot of open space on the right side of that court. Saw it and took the easy bait. Maddie Shepard back in now, taking the place of Michaela Gray. And back at the service line is Olivia McIntyre. Had herself a heck of a run there on her first one. That one will fall down as a service error. Seabrass now get her turn. Kind of has had to be all over the court in this one. Levitt gets it to McIntyre. McIntyre to Peruti. And looked like maybe that one might have been tipped, but it wasn't. Just a weird angle. Goes out of bounds. Kersey digs it up. McIntyre going for Shepard. Way over the back line. In the far corner. A little bit of a run now here for the Owls. It's a 5-point game. Now 6-point game, 21-15 Eagles over the Owls in this first set. Another change in personnel. It'll be Levitt back at the line. Amanda Morse is subbed out by Travis. Got a kill on her last time in. Colcal gets it up to Seabrass. Tercey smartly moves into position. Shepard with the kill. It was blocked at the line by Gutierrez and Anspach. But it falls out of bounds on the far sideline. Levitt gets that one over. Dug up by Engel. Colcow to Seabrass. And that one lands inbounds. Just able to clip that back line there. Gutierrez now back at the service line. That one's going to be short. Clips the top of the net, falls down. Again, those errors have been crucial for this Owls squad, a lot of them resulting in points and ultimately a loss, set losses. Saw a lot of it in the last game, seeing it early on here. Colcow attempt at a kill by Anspach, but just hits the front of the net. Not able to get up high enough there. Here's Tercey back at the line, had herself a good service run in the last game. 3 service aces on that one. Blazic. McIntyre is going to set it for Travis. Travis with the kill, and she's got 2 on the day now. Aiming right for the middle of that court and does a good job at it. And that'll end the first set of this second game in this doubleheader. Eagles take that one 25-16. We'll be on a short break here, but don't go anywhere. You're watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Second set now coming up between the University of Maine Presque Owls and the Husson University Eagles. A 25-16 win in that first set for the Eagles. And we saw a lot out of the Eagles on that one, going with different personnel. Julia Levitt being one of those. Had 3 kills, scored the first 2 points. And Jonna Travis had 2 kills. Those are the first 2 of her career. The Owls, on the other hand, with 7 errors just to the Eagles' 5. They were able to kind of close it in on that last set, or that last little bit of the set. Nonetheless, they lost it. Gutierrez gets it over. Tercy digs it up. McIntyre to Levitt. Bounces off the net. Seabrass able to get it. Cole Cow now to Engel. That one's blocked. Tercy and Peliquin, who's just checked in for the Eagles, make an attempt there on that one, and they get a point out of it. Peliquin didn't see any action in the last game, stepping in for her first few minutes. Amanda Morse gets it over the net. McIntyre now to Beal, back out there. Executed to perfection. Blazik not able to make the play on that one. It's always good to get your younger players out there and see what they're able to do, especially in a game where you've had the upper hand most of the time. As that one flies out of bounds. Eagles will take a 3-0 lead. Last game, of course, only going 3 sets. Eagles were able to close all of those ones out. And wow, my goodness, Engel with a one-handed stab on the ground. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out in their favor. That was Julia Levitt and Alexa Beal at the front line making that happen. Alexis Engel, though, making quite the effort there. She has 153 digs on the season. You can tell why. Just so committed to it. And Amanda Morse gets an absolute, I don't know how to say it other than just lucky play. Rolls over the net. That might have been her second one of the day, kind of like that. She's been at the line for a bit now. Blazik not able to get that one up high enough for Riley Kolkow. And it'll be another timeout here for the Owls. We'll keep it right here. Owls so far in this one, this set, not really able to get anything going. Amanda Morse has been at the line the entire time. It has all resulted in points. Saw that last set service right there. Is able to get it over the net, just rolls over. Take a look at the upcoming schedules for each of these teams as we are in conference play. After today's matchup, first the Eagles. The Owls will go on to play, looks like Leasley University, a doubleheader on October 18th. They'll get a little bit of a break here for their next game. And we'll take on Maine Maritime Academy again on October 25th. They lost 3-0 to them. Maine Maritime, of course, on the top of the NAC East right now. And they'll close out the 26th versus Thomas, and then at home versus Husson on November 2nd, which will also be a doubleheader. Eagles will head to the University of New England on October 15th. Still a lot of games left on their schedule. Excited for that rematch versus Thomas. That was a close game. And Amanda Morse with another service ace. Looked like Blazik was going to try and make a play on that one, but really just didn't have enough of a pursuit angle to get there. Landed in an awkward spot. Serve from Morse again is good. Kolkow to Anspach, and that one's good. Anspach getting a kill on the board and a point on the board for the Eagles. Anspach, the freshman out of Pueblo, Colorado. Engel with a good serve. McIntyre attempts to make a play on that one, and it just flies out of bounds. Bench kind of in the way there for Julia Levitt. Engel serve again is good. Dug up by Morse. McIntyre runs to get there, and Pelican's just going to hit it over. Here's Colcow to Gutierrez. That one just comes to a complete stop off the hands of Alexa Beal. No bounce or anything, just fell to the ground. A lot of force there from Gutierrez. Pelican able to dig that one up. McIntyre now to Levitt. That one off the hands of a defender and goes on the board for the Eagles. Levitt having a showing in this one. Beal and Tercy will come out. Peruti and Libby will enter the game. Libby's serve is over. Colcow now to Anspach. Dug up well by the Eagles. And again, it's Levitt. A bounce off the net this time. Hard to track those down if you're the Owls defense. That's 5 on the game now for Levitt. Libby's serve is over. Gutierrez gets it back for Engel. Libby digs it up. McIntyre eventually to Morse. Got to get it over with this one. Blazik does. McIntyre sets for Peruti. Weird bounce off the net, but played well by Anspach. McIntyre to Levitt. And a great diving dig there from Engel to get it over. And then Gutierrez, no angle over the net. Levitt blocked. And there's going to be a call here. It'll be the Eagles' point. A little bit of discussion on maybe what happened there. Still discussion going on, and then the points turned over to the Owls. I was going to say it looked like it might have been a net violation on the Eagles. Anspach now. Substitution now. Beal and Libby off the court. Beatrice Tercy makes her way back on. Anspach gets it over the net. Dug up by Morse. McIntyre for Levitt. A good tip there from Levitt. Hits the ground. Gutierrez not able to get there. It's 10-4 Eagles in this second set. The Eagles are just having their way in this game so far. Points are falling all over for them. McIntyre makes her way back to the line. Up and over. And that one, a little bit of a weird few bounces, and my goodness, Engel makes a great play there. Nonetheless, Eagles point. We've seen Gutierrez and Engel make a lot of diving attempts at digs, willing to put their body on the line to try and keep themselves in the game. Engel digs that one up. This one's Elijah, blocked at the line by Peruti. Peruti just sets it back up. Amanda Morris will try and hit it over, but a little bit too far there. Riley Colcow now back at the line. Came into this doubleheader with 10 service aces. And unable to make it 11 there as it falls out of bounds. over the back line. Jonah Travis back in. Talked about her a little bit, getting her first 2 kills of her career in that last set. Gutierrez gets it up. Seabrass has it tipped at the line. Might have saved the play there for the Eagles. Travis back over. Kolkow to Gutierrez. Blocked again by Peruti. Tercy able to dig it up. McIntyre gets it over. Levitt. A lot of good saves here from the Eagles. Shepard. Dug up well by the Owls. Seabrass gets it over, and now McIntyre to Shepard again. McIntyre now for Tercy, or Peruti rather, and she gets that one to fall. Good little back and forth battle there between the Eagles and the Owls. And the Eagles come away with the point. Peruti has shown a lot more offensive ability in this game. Has showed it in the past, but a lot in this one. Seabrass, weird angle, but gets it over. Tercy sets it up for Travis, who hits it over. Gutierrez there to make the stop. Gutierrez now with the kill. Dug up by Levitt. Travis. Kolkow, and then finally Seabrass. Blocked at the line by who else? Peruti. Eagles up 14-5 now in this second set. And we'll get a timeout here from the Owls. We'll take a quick one too. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back now to conclude this second set on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Here's Levitt. Dug up well by Kolkow. Seabrass tries to send it over. Peruti once again stellar at the line. Engel able to get that one over. McIntyre digs it up. Here's Shepard over the middle. Engel once again. Kolkow now up to Seabrass. Punches it out. Bad angle. Falls out of bounds on that far sideline. 15-5 the score. As the Eagles look to close this second set out. Levitt. And a diving play by Engel. Gonna have a call here. It's gonna go the Eagles' way. Again, just a lot of errors for the Owls through not just this game, these 2 sets, but also in the last game. Gave up a lot of points, and this time Levett's serve is going to fall short. It'll be Mia Gutierrez at the line. She's been all over the place, helping her team in almost every way, and she'll get an ace right there as it rolls over the net, falls onto the ground. Tercy unable to get there in time. And those are the types of serves that you really just can't do anything or predict. You're standing far back, assuming it's going to go over. And then when it just rolls over like that, it's super hard to play up on. That time it rolls onto the opposite side of the net. Tercy will be back at the line. Alexa Beal will check in for Alana Peruti. That one's over for Tercey. Kolkow sets Seabrass. Seabrass, quick adjustment there to get back. And Beal just a little bit too far on that one. McIntyre set that one behind her back to give Beal the chance. 17-8 now. 11-point game. Elijah will be there at the service line. McIntyre able to get it back over to Travis. Kolkow now to Anspach. And that's a close one, but they'll say it's out of bounds. Anspach and Kolkow at that front line have done a great job setting up teammates. Shepard gets that one over. Kolkow now to Seabrass, blocked at the line again, this time by Alexa Beal. Shepard able to get it over. McIntyre will set Beal. Little tip drill, and it's good. Finds just enough space over the two defenders, Gutierrez and Engel. Gutierrez makes her way from the back row to try and make that play up front. Maddie Shepard comes into this one with 2 service aces last season, but none on this season. He's getting quite a few of them now. (20-8), 5 points out from closing out this set are the Eagles. That one's over and dug up by Engel. And another service ace from the sophomore, Maddie Shepard from Raymond, New Hampshire. Shepard been playing that front line quite a bit, standing at 5'10", but has shown that she is serviceable at the line too. Engel digs that one up. Here's Travis, blocked at the net, but it'll still be a kill for Travis and the Eagles. Make that 3 for her now. Shepard on a bit of a run here. Hopefully there's no announcer's jinx again. There's not on this one. Seabrass goes for it. The point goes to the Owls, as it was off the hands of a few defenders, and McIntyre not able to get low enough to save that one off the ground. Leah Peliquin will come in for the Eagles. Seabrass will serve for the Owls. That one's over. Peliquin digs it up. McIntyre looking for Travis. Blocked. A great job there for Emma Anspach to block that one. 22-10 now, still a 12-point game. That one dug up by Tercey and then hit over by Tercey, and that one will, a little bit of a weird play there. She bumped it over the net and no one was there. Don't see a lot of hits over the net by Beatrice Tercey. See one there. Again, coming into this game, only 13 kills on the season for Tercey. Kolkow for Seabrass. Cleaned up well by Pelican. Levette, and that one's cleaned up well by Blazik, but it hits the front net. Alexis Engel has been at that front net, waiting on those, trying to at least make a play on those, on the ball when it hits the net. It's just so hard to do that, especially running from the back court. Got to get your hands under it. Blazik right there, able to get it to Kolkow. And Anspach gets it over, but a great play from Morse and Peliquin stopped that from turning into a point. McIntyre gets it up. Tercy to Levitt. And Spatch able to get that one. And she'll go for the kill. McIntyre able there to get it. Levitt into the middle. Gutierrez, another diving dig. And that one will go out of bounds. And good play on both sides, but the Eagles prevail in that one. And that'll be the end of the second set here at Newman Gymnasium for this doubleheader. Third set action coming up in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Third set of action here in this second game of this doubleheader versus the Maine Presque Owls and the Eagles of Husson University. Eagles took those first two sets handedly, and I think a part of that has to do with the absence of Faith Graham in the first and second set, really. She is the staple of that front line for this Owl squad. We sure hope that she's okay and is able to make a return down the line. Eagles will look to close this one out. Remember, they came into today 1-2 in conference, but won that first game, so they're 2-2 and have a chance to go up 3-2 in conference and take that third position away from Presque Isle in the NAC East standings. We are closing in on playoff volleyball here. Only a handful of games, including doubleheaders, left for each of these teams. Peliquin able to dig that one up. McIntyre to Levitt, blocked at the line by Seabrass. They'll try it again, this time with Beal. Rolls over the net. I think it's going to be a double touch, and it is. Eagles strike first in this third set. We'll have some substitutions. Peruti will come in for Beatrice Tercy. And Michaela Gray makes her way back in for Alexa Beal. Gray will serve. That one's over and played well by Gutierrez. And then by Engel, but a little bit too far over the line. Gray came into the game with 8 service aces, has had a few today, including both games. Blazic has to get it over the net, and she does. Good play there. McIntyre to Peruti, gets through the blockers, and makes the play. Eagles 3-0. Just able to find some space in between each of the 2 defenders there. No one able to back them up after it got through. And a service ace for Gray to add on to the few she's already had off the hands of Mia Gutierrez. Evelyn Elijah on that front row. That one dug up well. McIntyre to Levitt, and great placement on the... They're going to call it for the Owls. That looked like it might have hit the line. The officials there call it for the Owls. Levitt faked me out. I thought it was going far into the other corner. She tried to lay it up onto the close sideline. Doesn't work. McIntyre will try it again. That one also flies out. 4-2 now. And if you're the Owls, you're going to try and keep this one close if you want any chance of making your way back into this game. Gutierrez with the serve, dug up by Tercy. McIntyre sends it over herself. Seabrass bounces off the net. Tercy digs it up. Levitt able to get it off the hands of Kolkow for another kill on her end. Again, she didn't play in that first game, but was stellar for the Eagles in previous seasons. We talked about her stats a little bit earlier, but in the 2022-2023 season, she was all-conference first team for the NAC. Also all-conference tournament team. And in addition to that, an all-academic team honor as well for Julia Levitt. And that one's dug up by Gutierrez, but no one in the area. Goes right out of bounds. Seabrass tried to make a play on it. McIntyre sends it over. And just a bad touch there by Kolkow. Kind of just stops it in its place. Blazic had the kill there. We're going to get a timeout. We'll take a quick one here, too. Don't go anywhere. This is the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. 8-2 is the score in this third set. Eagles are ahead. Seabrass goes for the kill there. Flies over the back line. Amanda Morse does a good job not trying to hit that one. McIntyre still at the line. That one's over. Gutierrez digs it up. Blazik gets it to Engel. And that one lands inbounds for the Owls. Maybe the play they need to get the ball rolling. We'll have some substitutions here. Blazik will actually head out of the game. First time that she exits the game in this entire doubleheader. LaPlante gets it over. But it's dug up well. Shepard gets there. Somehow that goes back over the net. Morse. And a few too many hits, or maybe it hit the ground. They're not entirely sure. Maybe a underhand hit by Morse is the call. LaPlante. Tersey hits it over. Here's Kolkow setting it for Anspach, but that one is going to fall on their side of the net. Morse will check out. Travis will check in. Travis started seeing her first minutes in this game in the first two sets. Came away with 3 digs, or 3 kills rather. LaPlante tries to get that one up. Not able to do so. 11-4 now. And Elijah will check back in, and so will Blazik for the Owls. And Engel able to save the play there. That was surely a point for the Eagles. McIntyre sets it up for Travis. Blocked at the line. And that one's good. The block from Seabrass and Alexis Engel turns into a point for the Owls. 12-4 now. Still some discussion maybe about substitutions here. That'll be Reagan Libby coming in. And Brooklyn Seabrass is still going up for her second serve on this little run that they're going on. Libby digs it up. Shepard gets it up in the air. Tersey will just hit it over. Gutierrez is able to get that one. And then eventually over as well. McIntyre to Peruti. Dug up well by Kolkow. Tersey. McIntyre. Shepard. Gutierrez is able to get that one as well. Multiple diving saves on this possession alone. And a double hit there. Results in another point for the Eagles. We're kind of just running away with this one. I think both teams just trying to get out of it. Here's Tersey at the line. Gutierrez, awkward straight hit. Went for the bump instead of the set there. And it sends it straight forward. No one was in that front corner to make a play on it. So it'll be another service ace for Beatrice Tersey, who had 3 in the last game. Gutierrez dug it up for Engel. Blocked at the line by Shepard. Kolkow to Gutierrez. Libby able to dig that one up. McIntyre to Shepard. And that one lands inside the back line. A lot of these younger players, some freshmen, some sophomore, are getting game time, real game time in this match, and they have done very well. Shepard with a few kills already. We've seen Travis, Amanda Morse, Libby getting some time. Here's Shepard again. Gutierrez makes the easy dig. And that one's hit up in the air and saved by Libby. McIntyre has to send it over, and she does. Kolkow to Anspach. Kolkow again. And point for the Eagles. 4 hits on that side for the Owls. And another timeout. We'll keep it right here. Just a few stats from the last set. So not through this set, but that second set. Eagles had 22 kills to just 7 for the Owls. Eagles had 13 attack errors. The Owls had 13 attack errors to the Eagles' 9. And then the Eagles had 20 assists to the Owls' 7. And the majority of those assists coming off the hands of Olivia McIntyre, who broke the all-time assist record today in the second set of that first game. She certainly has been one of the best players on this squad for a very long time. And they're certainly going to miss her when she leaves next season to pursue her career. However, they do have her for the rest of this season, and that is a very promising thing, as the Eagles will look to try and make their way not only into the playoffs, but to trying to make a run. They have a very, very talented squad, both front and back lines. We've got Presque, Beal, McIntyre up front, as well as Peruti. And in the backcourt, Beatrice Tercey. Presque plays back there sometimes too. Amanda Morse has shown up a lot. A lot of promise for this Eagles squad as we come down into the last few weeks of the season. Here's Tercey, dug up by Gutierrez. Engel able to get it to Kolkow, who just flips it over. A behind the back set from McIntyre, and then Beal gets it over. Some diving saves, and the Owls will get the point there. Engel now at the line. Again, Engel and Gutierrez both came into this game tied for the most service aces in this game. Each of them have a few. And Gutierrez gets blocked but makes a quick adjustment to save the play. Travis just lobs it over, and that's out of bounds. Eagles just 10 points away from closing this one out. 15-7 is the score. Engel able to get it up, and Libby not able to get the correct hit on that one. And it flies over the bench of the Eagles. Engel gets that one over, but a little bit too far over. So it goes over the back corner. 16-8 now. Maddie Shepard back at the line. Had 2 service aces on her last go through at the line. That one rolls over, but Gutierrez able to make the stop. Blocked again at the line. A little bit of table tennis type of action there. McIntyre gets it to Shepard. Blazik to Kolkow. Gutierrez over the line. Here's the service from Shepard. Over the line, Blazik able to get it. Engel over to Gutierrez. And maybe some miscommunication there from Shepard and Libby, 2 of the younger players on this squad. That one just falls down off the hands, or off the set over by Gutierrez. Jade Anspach at the line now for the Owls, who are trying to force their way back into this game. Not a good start on that, though, as it flies out of bounds over the back line. Travis will be subbed out. Amanda Morse will make her way back in. bounds. Over and another service ace for Amanda Morse. Gutierrez not able to make a good enough play on that to keep it in bounds. Morse with some power behind those serves. And there it is again. Engel able to corral it that time. And Elijah able to find open space on the close side of the court. No one there. Libby was a little bit too far up. Riley Colcow now for the Owls. Morse digs it up. It's going to just go over the net and fall through. You know, sometimes it's so hard to tell where the ball is going to land when it's so close to the net like that. You're going up to attempt to make a block, thinking that maybe McIntyre was going to try and tip it over. But then the ball ends up falling on your side before even being touched. Amanda Morse will get a point off of that. Now Michaela Gray's back in the game at the service line. Eagles 5 points out from closing out the sweep on this doubleheader. Elijah gets it over. Morse digs it up. McIntyre, Peruti the fake, and Michaela Gray was not expecting it. Peruti goes for the fake spike right there. And I'm not sure that she and Levitt, or Gray rather, were on the same page about that. They're having a good laugh about it down there. Gutierrez gets it over. Peliquin with the dig. Libby gets it over. Gutierrez again, though, able to corral it. And that one from Engel is too far over. 21-11 in this third set. Peliquin will step out. Shepard will make her way back in. A constant rotation of players for Alex Gordon and his squad. Blazic gets it up. And Elijah had it tipped at the line by Peruti, but it still landed over there. They're able to make a play on it. And that one from Shepard is deflected off a defender, and that'll count for another point. Eagles now just 3 away from ending this series. McIntyre, Blazic, Colcow. Elijah gets it over. McIntyre sets up Libby. And that one just out of bounds on the far side. Coach Gordon giving Libby some words of encouragement over from the bench. Here's Elijah, dug up by Tercey. McIntyre sets for Libby again. That one able to be controlled. McIntyre off the hit. Goes over the bench again. Not a lot you can do there, just trying to make the play. And it's hard to control the volleyball with one hand. Can't really get a good hit on it unless you're directly in line with it. Tercey digs up the serve. McIntyre to Libby once again, trying to give her opportunities. Here's Morse, McIntyre, now Shepard this time. And Gutierrez able to dig it up, and Colcow able to get it over. And that'll be the first kill there for Reagan Libby. A block on the other side of the net, but comes back over and lands out of bounds. And now Libby will get her chance to try and end this game from the service line. That one's a good one. Gutierrez eventually to Engel. Tercey digs it up. Travis blocked at the line. Tercey gets it up for Shepard, who just tips it out, but not in the space of play. 24-14 now. Seabrass catches the top of the net on that one. Peruti, McIntyre, Libby. Gutierrez hits the front of the net. The Eagles now just 1 point away from sending the Owls home and taking a 3-2 conference record as we head down to the last few weeks of the season. And for this last point, Kimberly Daniels will come in, another one of those freshmen who hasn't really had a lot of playing time today, but has seen some recently and has showed out. Does a good job on that front line. Daniels gets it over. Blazik hits it. Kolkow able to make a great save there. Livy gets it over, and that'll do it. The Eagles come away with the complete sweep of the Owls today. Beats them in both games and in all 3 sets of each game. And now the Eagles will move to 3-2 in the conference. And the Owls are 2-4 in conference now. So a little bit of shifting in the standings. Let's take a look at the schedules for these teams coming up. The Owls of Maine Presque will take on Leslie University on the 18th for a doubleheader. Following that, they'll go to Castine to play MMA on October 25th. Then at Thomas on October 26th. And then finally back home at Husson University. And then for the Eagles, let's see, coming up here, they'll also play Leslie, or they'll play the University of New England first on the 15th. Then on the 19th, they'll play Leslie. And then Thomas on the 25th. That's the outlook for the next 3 games for the Eagles. This was an exciting matchup. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm. Have a great rest of your day.